The Global Methodist Church was put together by a cadre of people from the United Methodist Church who weren't happy about the United Methodist Church, and they left for good reason, and we're glad that they did. They made a space for those of us who knew that we needed something better, and I'm going to say a lot of nice things about Walter Fenton and Keith Boyette. The two of them were on the ground floor of the foundation of the Global Methodist Church. Let's see, this was the post that I initially saw. I know that there was an actual website article put out. The GMC put out a statement saying, today, this was on the 31st, we honor Reverend Walter Fenton as he concludes his remarkable service with the GMC and steps into retirement. His faithful leadership, tireless work behind the scenes, and unwavering dedication have blessed our movement and countless lives. We echo the words of Matthew 25:21, well done, good and faithful servant. Please join us in expressing gratitude for Walter's extraordinary contributions and offering prayers as he begins this new chapter. His heartfelt message of appreciation is included in the attached graphic. So this is Walter right here, and he was one of the people on the ground floor of the creation of the GMC. Here's his statement. Earlier this year, I informed the Reverends Keith Boyette and Mike Schaefer and Miss Karen Nicholas, chairwoman of the GMC's Transitional Leadership Council, of my plan to relinquish my position as the denomination's Transitional Deputy Connectional Officer and retire as of December 31st, 2024. They graciously received my news. Now is the time to say thank you for the great privilege to work alongside all the people responsible for the formation of the GMC. I'm reticent to start listing the names of people I have had the honor of serving with. Doing so would require pages. However, there are a few I would like to thank publicly. I'm grateful to Keith Boyette for inviting me to join the staff of the Wesleyan Covenant Association back in October of 2017, and then to continue with him when the GMC was launched on May 1st, 2022. And I'm also thankful to Reverend Rob Renfro, the president and publisher of Good News, for commending me to Keith while I was still working for Good News. When I joined the WCA, I was its third employee. Miss Teresa Marcus was its second. I will always be thankful for her diligence, patience, and good cheer as we worked on many projects together, both for the WCA and the Global Methodist Church. Members of the GMC's Transitional Leadership Council have my lasting admiration and thanks. Many joined the council in March of 2020 under the impression that, as the name of the body implied, it would be transitional, a task for a short season. Earlier this month, they held their last meeting, almost 5 years after the council's formation. As the TLC secretary, I witnessed their dedication as they addressed matters none of them ever anticipated addressing. It was a privilege to observe their faithfulness to their surprising and challenging work. My position afforded me the opportunity to work alongside beloved clergy colleagues and deeply faithful lay people all around the world. They all have enriched my life and helped me grow in my faith. Thank you. Finally, and most importantly, I want to thank all of the people of the GMC. I was ever mindful that without faithful and courageous pastors and lay people, my work was irrelevant. Their willingness to contend for the faith and in many instances sacrifice cherished assets they and their ancestors invested in for decades or even centuries humbled and inspired me. Thank you very much for your tenacity and your faithfulness. My prayers are now for the new leaders all across the GMC connection. I am thankful for all of them and pray God will bless and multiply the Global Methodist Church for years to come. Blessings, Reverend Walter Fenton. I just thought that was a really nice statement, and I think it's important for us to acknowledge where we are in this history. One of the things I want to say when we covered Bishop John Pienauta's letter is history is important. Knowing the story of where you come from is important. Knowing the roots of things is important. And Walter Fenton is right there in the roots of the GMC alongside Karen Nicholas and Bishop Jones and Bishop Webb and Keith Boyette. There are a number of people, Jeff Greenway, who were just at the ground floor of the formation of the GMC, and it's their minds and their expertise that largely informed the institution as it's already been established. They are the ones that had those early conversations as to what the GMC needed to be, what kind of flavor it would have, what kind of rules and regulations and norms it would have. And one of the things that I would say about Walter that I noticed about him was just he was a consummate professional. He and Keith, I think, very much operated on the same frequency. And they were very clear that they wanted to set up as fine an operation as possible to hand off to those who are now in charge. So I've no doubt that Walter and I would see some things different. Any two people probably see things different, but I think it's important as people step out and allow others to lead, just to acknowledge their service and to thank them. And I'm very thankful for Walter Fenton, for his service to Good News and then the GMC. And it seems to me that thanks are in order. So God bless Walter Fenton. Thanks for your service.